Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. As reported in Pitchfork and a lot of other publications as well, Kendrick Lamar and SZA are being sued over some visuals that made it into their recent All the Stars video and promotion for the Black Panther, the album record, also the movie itself. The lawsuit comes from British Liberian artist Lena Iris Victor, whose artwork, if you check it out, has a pretty distinct black and gold aesthetic to it. I'll show you guys a little bit of it over here. I will leave a link to her Facebook, or at least a link somewhere where you can check out more of her work, because I was looking at it last night. It's actually pretty awesome. Hopefully you can get some good detail right here from what she's doing. I know maybe from afar, or at least in this picture, it doesn't look like a lot, but in some of the more high-res pictures that I saw, it's actually pretty stunning up close. Like, there's definitely a bit of inspiration from like old world art in a lot of what she does. Like, there's definitely something almost like she's inspired by hieroglyphics and a number of other things. You know, there's definitely something very primitive about the inspirations that go into her work, but there's like a very refined, beautiful black, gold, white, sometimes blue aesthetic to what she's doing. That's very intricate, very defined, very distinct. I don't see a whole lot of artists making stuff out there just like this. And she has a lot of pieces that sort of run in this range. This one doesn't have the most consistent of patterns that I've seen so far. Here's like one with an image of her in the front, I believe. There's actually a lot of images of her with her art on her pages, though that could be a model. I could be wrong on that. Don't totally quote me on that. So there is a shot inside of this new All the Stars video, which if you check out the video, it's pretty overproduced. It's pretty pretentious. Like, it's trying to be super epic. We're floating through the stars. We're walking with Black Panthers where there's dancers all around us. We're dressed really nicely. It's pretty pretentious, and it's filled with just one arbitrary shot after the next. Which is sort of confusing to me, because why they couldn't just swap this shot out for something else, I don't know. But this is the shot in the music video in question, which is pretty close to Victor's style. I mean, you could say it's really right there with ripping it off. I don't really see how it could be construed as being anything else. The similarities really uncanny. I mean, some of the patterns that I'm seeing here are almost identical to that of the other pieces that I've seen on her Facebook page, and that I've seen going through Google Images, and I've seen going through Instagram. So I definitely think she has reason to be upset. And I don't think that this is a matter of just merely stumbling upon the same artistic style or anything like that, because Victor says deeper into this article over here that Marvel actually contacted her for use of her art in the film itself, turned them down, and now, lo and behold, it's popping up in this music video over here. I don't know if maybe it was left over from the movie itself, or there was somehow this idea communicated that, hey, if it doesn't make it in the movie, maybe we can use it in the music video or something. What I'll say about this is another instance of, it doesn't really matter what culture or whatever, or whoever the art or the expression is coming from, because no matter where it's coming from, the narrative remains the same, that the mainstream always rips off the underground, always rips off artists who are not in the mainstream or are being invited in, but they don't want to have anything to do with it. And then after they're ripped off, after they're taken from, they have to go through legal recourse, or they're stuck not being able to do anything because they can't afford to do so. According to Victor's representatives, she has tried to do her best to sort of do this in a non sort of litigious fashion, without sort of going full lawsuit or anything like that. But it seems like it's starting to get serious because of a lack of response or whatever. And although I'm not sure how much of this we can really kind of chalk up to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Like, do I believe that SZA or Lamar basically came forward here and said, yeah, I want to use this art, make sure this art gets used. I don't care whether or not it's approved or not. We want to use this art. I mean, most likely they were set designers and music video directors, or a director who that decision kind of came down to. And Lamar and SZA mostly probably took part, because this video seems like the most high production value of nearly everything either of them have done so far. And with that being said, it's not even the best music video either of them ever put out, so whatever. Again, given just how it's just one very aesthetically pleasing, very expensive, very arbitrary shot after another, I don't see how they couldn't have just swapped this out for something else. So it's pretty ridiculous that they couldn't sort of find a way around this or respect Victor's wishes, but now it looks like they didn't, and potentially she could be getting something out of it, because, again, if you could sue somebody for a song merely sounding like a friggin', I don't know, like somebody else's track, or like a Tom Petty melody, or something like, oh, this is like a Marvin Gaye groove or something like that, I don't see how you couldn't successfully get sued for essentially ripping off this artist's entire style and aesthetic, because, again, it's uncanny. It's uncanny, the similarities here. So I'll leave it at that. Anthony Fantano over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!